We're reporting from one of the most iconic locations in Sri Lanka. Now, this is called the Galle Face. This is in Colombo, the capital city of the country. What you see right behind me are the Colombo Business Towers, which is the World Trade Center, of course, houses the Colombo Stock Exchange. You have the Presidential Secretariat, which is also right behind me, is the Old Parliament. Now, this particular site where we are standing and reporting from is called the demonstration site. Now, this is the place where citizens of Sri Lanka would come here, gather and protest. It's not just about the economic crisis, it's not just about the constitutional crisis that's been happening now, but since the beginning for the last few years, this has been the choice of site, which is a demonstration site for the people to protest for various reasons. Now, this place, the demonstration site which is called, has now been named as the Gota Gogama. Now, this is a village, a recognized village at this point in time. And this village, why they call it as Gota Gogama, is those people, that is the citizens of Sri Lanka, have started to camp here for more than a month. That is, they have set up tents, temporary tents. And what we witness here in this Gota Gogama, which is a village which they call it as they want Gotabaya Rajapaksa to resign and go home. So according to them, what they say is that one of the main important motto of the people who are camping in this particular demonstration site or the Gota Gogama village is especially asking, Gotabaya Rajapaksa to go home, and only once he goes, the people will choose to leave this particular demonstration site. Now, we're going to take you, across this particular demonstration site, the Gota Gogama, the village that we're reporting from, the various tents that have come up, by creative people, the Sri Lankans especially, to do with, whether there is a theatre, there is, every day that's a drama that's played out, there are plays, and apart from that, there are temporary medical aid centers as well. We are talking about 2 medical aid centers. Now, those medical aid centers that we are reporting from right now, these centers have been set up especially for those protesters, in case they need any medical aid. Even very recently, what we did, of course, see was especially several of them were injured in the clash between the anti-government and also pro-government protesters. This is the site that we're reporting from. This is where they were injured, where the clash happened. Now, what you see right behind me are especially the services that's been given by the people here to those protesters who are protesting. So these are unharmed protesters. Now, they are also protesters. They also take part in the protest. So these are medical camps that have been set up for those people who come onto this particular demonstration site, which is Gota Gogama, and protest. Now, this has been going on for a very long time. Now, to also give you a fair idea what's really on the opposite side of this demonstration site, which is the Gota Gogama, is the Galle Face Green. Now, this is a promenade, oceanside park. Now, that particular place has also been reclaimed by these protesters. Several of them have already set up tents, and people have put up especially boards as well, placards that read, we don't want a corrupt government, we want a free a government free of corruption, and hence they want Gotabaya Rajapaksa to go home. Now, this has been the bone of contention, because what we have of course seen is that this particular iconic location, which also houses the Indian High Commission, houses one of the most the colonial structures, especially the 19th century Galle Face Hotel, and various other iconic locations as well. From this particular point, we see that the people especially have taken over this particular place, which is the Gota Gogama, naming it as the Gota Gogama, so that they say that they will continue the protest no matter what happens. All that they stand by even today is they want Gotabaya Rajapaksa to go home. So we will also be taking you inside, to a few places, especially most importantly the library. Now, what you see behind me is the library. Now, just like how they call it, they say the library, that is books. Books are the greatest, weapon of revolution, which they call it. There are plenty of books that have been donated in this particular library. This particular place especially has been donated to those protesters who camp over here, who protest, who've been, shouting slogans for weathering the storms, or in terms of whether it's, the day it's a scorching heat, or even rains right now as we speak. So these people have been camping in libraries, in various tents, and several of the protesters, of course, come here. They read book during their free time and then go out there probably by the evening and then protest. They continue with their protest. If I go across to a volunteer here from the library who says this was one of the places which they ensured is not destroyed by the pro-government protesters. You remember those are the protesters who came in support of Gotabaya Rajpaksha, Mahinda Rajpaksha. They came and attacked these unharmed protesters. So they ensured that they could protect this particular library. Can you also explain to us what happened on that particular day? How did you manage to ensure that the books are not destroyed?
Someday, that Monday, last Monday,
Yes.
I thought time is 11 or 12.
Yes.
Some police forces goes this road,
Okay.
police buses, trucks there. So we'll feel what something happened there.
Okay.
And one protesters come there from, we want our prime ministers and presidents there. We say to you didn't want there, no? We say go home.
Yes.
So they come and they have some weapons like that, poles or like that. They attack these peaceful people.
Yes.
That's some all events there. Some art gallery there. They attack the art gallery, and another petition signing
Yes.
place there. They attack that also,
Okay.
and they attack some other these huts there, like night stay that huts like the tents.
Yes.
And they attack that medical.
The medical care center.
Yeah, that's medical care center. That is the St. John, and that is the local medical center. That's called Ayurvedic center.
How did you manage to ensure that the books are not destroyed?
They are come to attack here,
Yeah.
but we here and
You all
we
formed a team,
that protect, and we'll transfer that books from Red Cross. That is the international places, no. So we believe they did not attack there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you took the protection of the Red Cross.
Yeah.
Okay, great. And
Only
where?
books, we don't go there. Only books
I
placed
understand.
there.
So
yeah.
you actually moved the books.
We
from
want to
this
protect the
particular-
books.
Yes. So you all moved the books from here to the
Yeah.
Red Cross,
Yeah.
ensuring that they wouldn't really attack
Yeah.
the Red Cross. Okay.
Yeah.
Where are these books from?
These all books are donated from people.
All those who are protesting here.
Come to all protesters and authors, they are artists,
Yes.
professors,
Yes.
teachers, all kind of
All kind
profession.
of intellectuals.
Yeah, donates all kind of books.
Okay. Okay. What happens when this is all over? What happens to this library?
It's happened. This is the people's library. People donate the book and they can take the book, go to home and read. We tell you read, you give your nearest library. Don't give again here.
Okay, so that means once this is all over, it will be donated to the nearest libraries or like school libraries, right?
School library.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us here. So this is one of the, the places which they ensured is not attacked. In fact, he also does tell us that the first step, what they did was to just move the books to the Red Cross, ensuring that, they won't be attacking the Red Cross. Now that's what they really assumed, and exactly just like their assumption, we understand that the protesters, that is the pro-government protesters, did not really enter the Red Cross and attack or damage the properties there. So this is just not about the library here, but also there is an art gallery, just like how he pointed out, and there is also a recycling unit. Now, coming to the interiors of Gota Gogama, Now, what you see right behind me is, yes, of course, you can see this almost like how it's turned into a carnival like sorts, but these are the tents. Now, this has been converted as a tent city almost, and this is exactly the place where, the people, after protesting, they come and, they take rest. Now, this has been there for almost 1.5 months or so, and the people that we are talking to, they say this would continue for more days to come, because Gotabaya Rajpaksha has right now sent out a very strong message saying that he will be appointing a cabinet, and he will be also announcing the Prime Minister for the country, an indication that he will not step down. In Colombo, with camera person Govind Murthy, Shrija for NDTV.